I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place.
Kei-chan, you're late!
Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that!
Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting?
Mi-chan, you just got here yourself.
Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it?
She was just as guilty as me.
Of course. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag.
What is that? It's something!
Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink.
That's right. Rena really did make a picnic.
Kei-chan, after you left,
Rena pulled out all the stops.
it sounded like I forced her to do it.
It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay?
She's been like this since last night, you know.
Whoopsie!
Can you take responsibility for this?
Alright. I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility.
Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what?
As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess.
When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5.
You're exaggerating. Keiichi-kun is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Heave-ho!
Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Well, correction, I say 5 kilos too.
I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it?
The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier.
We get food! Hooray!
Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. There were the boonies after all. These were the boonies after all.
Slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. Yeah.
It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around.
Good day.
Good day.
Oh, you would be my Beta-kun, I believe.
My 2 companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerbys even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid.
It's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa.
So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by. Okay.
So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, you automatically assume it's that my Beta fella who just moved here.
Or is it? Fuck! Whatever, it's Keiichi. Yeah, that's how it works out. It was the process of illumination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. Yawning! A good reputation yawning, yes. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a leech by the next day. Or a lech. Lech? Lech? Lech. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare.
Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man Takuzo from the Maikino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute.
Next, we meet the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future.
And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are bird watching and photography.
You know the names of everyone you pass by. And even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, me and Arena exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah. We're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there. Who am I?
You're Keiichi Maibera. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind of shy person.
It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here.
Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you?
That's enough, that's enough!
Boxers?
Enough of that! Apparently there's absolutely nothing you can keep in here. How does Mia know this? Or is it actually, I don't know about this. Is it very easy to tell that? Boys, please answer this, because I got no idea. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with, indeed. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around.
That's right.
We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? That Kei-chan is fitting right in here in Hinamizawa. The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking. So the village welcomes anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke after all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out to again the same way.
Oh my, good day.
It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day.
Oh my Beta-kun. How wonderful for you having a lovely girl on each arm.
How are you?
Getting used to life here?
Instead of regurgitating, I got that word, regurgitating, a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an emphatic, fuck words, nods. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Red and Mian, they gave me a wink.
So, now then. About time to have lunch, maybe.
Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mian and I were trying to forget. We both look at each other. I am a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much!
It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man.
Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view.
Yes! Good idea. I agree.
Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Oh, it's Mion.
It's hard to tell.
Ooh. Where are we going? Oh. Cresting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling.
This here is the Furude Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around.
This place, be sure to remember it.
On our next break, a festival will be held here.
Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival?
The Watanagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter.
I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in the summer.
Now then, spread out the lunch boxes. And there.
Various colored lunch boxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure does smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion, I'll take more than just a good view to get all... Blech. Hey, Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to take all this down, you know?
Oh.
Good afternoon.
It was Rika-chan and Satoko.
Oh, good. Why are they here?
Mion grinned over at me. I see. This was her secret plan. To power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
We just had to come since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this?
Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A handmade gourmet meal by Rena.
I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property?
The temple is public grounds. It's not yours.
Kichi is right. This is everyone's property.
Wow. Rika-chan's such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
Hold up 1 second. Where's my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat.
Don't worry, there's some for you too.
None. I eat all of hers.
I will not allow that, Rika! Here, chopsticks.
Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really, Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this.
Have a plate, one for me-chan and Rika-chan too.
Rana whipped out a pair of chopsticks and paper plates.
If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up.
That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle?
Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone.
Rena said as she opened up a thermos. Oh boy. That was a yawn. Just then, I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different.
I will not allow you to have this hamburger!
Using your elbow is against the rules, Sadako!
Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules!
It was a tough battle, blocking with her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves. Sadako appeared to have the upper hand. But the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand instead.
The last meatball!
Satoko Hojo has been bested! Satoko and I angrily began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. You idiots! Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Oh, seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mian advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. The intense battle calmed, and finally, everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes.
Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era?
It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think?
It's probably because back then the
People were busy even while eating and didn't have the time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight up at her with expression of bewitching innocence. After Rena uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof. Oh god.
Oh, Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you.
It was really delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. Oh god.
To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special.
2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. Huh?
What is it?
What is it, Sadako?
What's with that defiant look?
Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san?
Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocab?
Well then, allow me to show you.
After Sadako flashed Mian and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Oh god.
Hey. So, Rena-oni-chan's lunch. Sadako thought it was yummy too.
Sadako looked up at her poutingly while talking cutesy. Oh god.
What? How was that praise?
That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it?
This is a Ren Unlimited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Oh god. Don't fall for it, Rena! Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Rena clapped Sadako for and began rubbing her cheek against her.
Cute! Sadako is so cute! Take you home!
Swish, stab, push. Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at me and me again with that defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take them, Rena. That's so unfair! I didn't read the rest of it. Whoops!
If it upsets you so much, why not reward Renaissance with some praise?
Damn it! That was a dirty trick! First of all, that wasn't even proper praise! Sadako. You think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Neon. What kind of trick is it?
Kei-chan is going to be the one who does it.
What?
Why don't I have you show me then?
The writhing of an old maid? The plan of attack she suggested was wicked. But it was the only thing we had to beat Sadako. What? After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Oh boy. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, most of it, almost all of it was frozen stuff.
Then which one did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say, must I?
From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunchbox, her expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How, that I made it?
Of course, Mian had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be... it had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena, face still completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits. Or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, it felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards. I think. Then, at that moment... oh, Jesus! It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits!
Please eat some Keiichi-kun! There's plenty for you!
Instantly, dozens of apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over.
Say, Keiichi-kun!
My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. have something I can stuff in my mouth. I have a cracker. You can probably hear it. Hold on. Alright, I'm trying again. The crackers came in handy, if you must know.
Kei-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Sadako? This is our complete victory, isn't it?
I can't believe it! Such trickery! It doesn't bother me at all!
Satsuko ground her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating it? Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe? Maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled a toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do. Oh no.
Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him.
What's the sound of blood spreading from Rena's nose?
Tonight I will take you home.
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all of the apples around me, gathered them up with a and fixed them back up on a plate.
Now they're all just fine, Kay? Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Kay? Kay?
Rika-chan raised up Satoko's hand like a referee after having a plate of rabbits shoved to her. She whispered,
This is our victory.
What? What? A comeback? Oh god, crack. They must sacrifice. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. So was the sacrifice of this graham cracker. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. I need some water, though. I had some water. Okay. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Rena and Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time.
See you tomorrow.
Satsuko and Rika-chan went home as well. They parted ways with Mion, and it ended with just Rena and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home.
Thanks for coming today, Kei-chan. Was it fun?
Yeah. Lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
Then, well, would you mind taking a little detour, maybe? Maybe?
A detour? Is it far?
It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long.
Since we had been walking around all day, I must have seen her a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Rena, I quietly nodded. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A large heap of garbage spread out off towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper.
It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here.
When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile?
It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure.
Rena had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. So that meant there was something cute here?
Whoa, a new pile. I can't wait.
She bounded up the unstable slope. I'd expect no less from a born and bred country girl. Hey, wait, I'm coming! Whoa! Ugh. My city self was completely pitiful, though.
It's alright. Just right there, Cage-kun. It won't take long.
Rena kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall! Watch your step, somebody's saying that.
I'm fine. This is nothing at all.
Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I didn't like being left behind, but it was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Rena around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to somebody's presence. Startled, I turned around. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable, and he had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa. You surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm the one who surprised here. My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. I'm Tomitake, freelance photographer. I come to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. So, what you're saying, I'm the same as the birds? No, well, you see, that image of a young man in the toilet was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. Although the noise I felt for being startled just flew away as he buttered me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Rena would be back soon. But this older guy, Tomitake-san, didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on by himself.
Cage-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now.
Rena popped her head out from one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand. You have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Dunno. Maybe she's checking on the dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tomitaki-san looked shaken up by that for a moment. Uh-oh. Well, it's probably like it if I were talking about Ren and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. I still haven't found one of the arms.
Cage-kun, sorry to keep you. You were waiting a while, I guess.
I best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for startling you, Keiichi-kun. Tomitaki-san chortled suggestively. Chortled? Suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort puts me a bit off.
Cage-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder.
It wasn't Reno's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. How was it? Find a treasure trove?
Oh, yes. So listen. You see, there was a
Colonel Sanders doll. I can't say Colonel, apparently. Yeah. Anyway, a Colonel Sanders doll? Oh, that thing, those statues. Oh, that thing. Those statues I always have out in front of that fried chicken place. That life-size dummy?
Yes, Colonel Sanders. Oh, cute. I want to take it home.
I couldn't tell how she decides what's cute or not. But, well, she seems to want it. And for those of you that don't know, by now, KFC is really popular in Japan. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Why Rena has an obsession with it, I don't know, really. It's a question I don't know how to answer to this day. It's garbage, Red. And no one would care if you just take it home, right?
It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lamppost over there, so it'll get dark pretty soon.
Rena seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out. To repay you for the delicious picnic you prepared today.
Oh, thank you.
Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us.
Cage-kun is going to help. I can take Colonel Sanders home. Oh.
Rena's tagging along as if intoxicated in her dreaming state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her serious state. Hey, Rena. Long ago, did something happen here?
Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though. Oh.
Just wondering if you knew about, an accident or something.
I don't know.
Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Rena quickly enlightened her expression.
Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago.
Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure that.
So you see, I didn't really know much from before that. Sorry.
Don't really know? Don't want to talk about it? That was the kind of feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course, it would be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seems I haven't been able to find one of the arms. If it's just like Tomitaki-san said, then I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know.